When memory disappears, only true love can find its way back. This isn't just a story about an accident. It's a journey of holding on, through fear, silence, and a love that refuses to let go. The rain had just stopped. A silver car came to a sudden halt in front of the local clinic, its tires hissing against the wet asphalt. Jack threw the door open and rushed inside, the desperation on his face making the receptionist glance up immediately. He was breathless. "Excuse me, I'm looking for a girl who was in an accident earlier today. Her name is Tu Tien. Was she brought here?" The nurse flipped through her logbook and shook her head. "I'm sorry, there's no one by that name admitted here today." Jack's heart sank. He leaned forward over the counter. "No, please. She was wearing a white dress, shoulder-length hair. She was hit on the road. Someone said she was brought here." The nurse offered a sympathetic look. "We've had no one matching that description. Maybe try Fuongbok Hospital?" Jack stepped back slowly, his hands balled into fists. The hallway around him felt colder with every second. He turned away, silent, lost. He didn't know that at this very moment Tu Tien was lying unconscious in a hospital bed across the city, far from where he was standing. At Fuongbok Hospital, in a quiet room, Tu Tien lay motionless, her head wrapped in a clean white bandage. A faint bruise darkened her left cheek. Beside her sat two strangers, an older couple in their 60s, Mr. Hung and Mrs. Ann. Guilt weighed heavy on both their faces. Mr. Hung whispered, "It's our fault. I shouldn't have turned so quickly." Mrs. Ann gripped his hand gently. "But she appeared out of nowhere. You couldn't have seen her in time. What matters now is, she's alive, and we brought her here. That's something." He looked toward the bed again. "But what if no one's looking for her? What if she has no family?" Mrs. Ann's voice trembled. "A girl this young, someone must love her. Someone must be missing her." Outside the window, the city lights flickered in the rain-soaked glass. Inside, Tu Tien's chest rose and fell slowly, but her mind was adrift in a void. Meanwhile, Jack was still driving, his hope hanging by a thread. He raced from one street to another, eyes scanning every clinic sign, every emergency door. Every person he asked gave the same answer. "No accident victim by that name. Sorry, haven't seen her. Try another place." 2 hours, then 3. His phone buzzed in his pocket, an unknown number. Jack answered instantly. "Hello, this is Jack." A calm, older voice replied, "Are you the fiancé of Tu Tien?" Jack froze. Yes, I am. Where is she?" "I'm a police officer. We have a report from earlier this afternoon. A young woman matching her description was hit on Road 87 and taken to Fuongbok Hospital by the people who accidentally struck her. She's safe, but she had no ID on her." Jack closed his eyes. "She's alive?" "Yes, she's in stable condition." Jack's voice cracked. Thank you so much. I'm on my way right now." As he hung up, tears blurred his vision. "Tien, you're alive? You're really alive?" Back at the hospital, time moved gently. Mr. Hung brought in a bowl of hot porridge while a doctor entered with a folder. He gave them a reassuring nod. "She's stable. The head injury isn't life-threatening. However, she may be experiencing temporary memory loss due to psychological trauma." Mrs. Ann pressed her palms together. "Will she wake up soon?" "Yes, but until then, it's important to keep her in a calm environment. She'll need support." The doctor looked down at the file. "Have you found any ID? A phone? Anything we can use to identify her?" Mr. Hung shook his head. "No, just her dress and a little bracelet. She had nothing else on her." The doctor sighed. "We'll continue checking missing persons reports. For now, thank you both for your help." When the door closed, Mrs. An leaned over to Tien, gently brushing a strand of hair from her face. "Sweetheart, you're not alone. We'll stay until you're better. Don't be afraid." Jack, at the same moment, was driving through the darkness, the highway lights streaking past him like ghosts. His knuckles were white from gripping the wheel. He whispered, Just stay alive, Tien. That's all I ask. I'll find you. I'll love you all over again, even if you don't remember me. That night he drove with no music, no noise, only the sound of his heartbeat and the promise he kept repeating like a prayer. The night was still. One heart laid still in a hospital bed, floating in the haze of lost memories. Another raced through the silence of the city, clinging to hope. And in just a few hours, fate would bring them within reach, but not quite close enough to touch, not yet. When memory fades, only the eyes, the gentleness, and a faithful heart can light the way home. Soft daylight streamed through the window. Wind chimes rang faintly outside. Tu Tien's eyes fluttered open, a white ceiling, a faint smell of antiseptic. Nothing looked familiar. She blinked slowly. Her left arm was heavy with an IV line. Her head throbbed. She sat up carefully, uncertain whether this body was even hers. "You're awake?" A gentle voice called from beside her. She turned to see an older woman gazing at her with both relief and worry. "Do you remember who you are?" the woman asked tenderly. Tu Tien looked around, her voice barely a whisper. I don't know. Where am I?" "You're in the hospital. You were in an accident. My husband and I brought you here." "An accident," she repeated faintly. "I don't remember." The door opened and the doctor entered holding a chart. "She's awake?" he asked. "Yes, just a few minutes ago," Mrs. An replied. The doctor gave Tu Tien a kind smile. "Hello, I'm your attending physician. I need to share something with you." Tu Tien nodded slowly. He opened the chart. "You suffered a minor head injury from the impact. Thankfully, there's no internal bleeding. However, you appear to be experiencing temporary memory loss, likely a psychological response to trauma." Tu Tien's face was blank with confusion. I don't remember anything. No name, no family, no past." The doctor's voice softened. "There's something else. We ran a full checkup. You're pregnant, around 8 weeks." Tu Tien froze. Her eyes widened. Her hands trembled on the sheets. I'm pregnant?" After the doctor left, Mrs. An sat beside Tu Tien, gently holding her hand. "Do you remember anyone named Jack?" Tu Tien frowned. "Jack? I don't know anyone by that name." "Is there anyone you want to call? Parents, siblings, a friend?" I think I grew up alone. I remember feeling that no one was waiting for me to come home." Mrs. An teared up and embraced her gently. "You're not alone now. Even if your memories are gone, you still deserve love, and so does the little life growing inside you." That evening, Jack met the officer who had called him. They sat in a quiet coffee shop. "We don't know her name, but based on your description, she's likely the woman you're looking for." "Is she all right?" "She's safe. She was taken to the emergency department at Phuongbok Hospital. She's lost her memory. The elderly couple who brought her in left this address." Jack gripped the note tightly. "I'll go now. Thank you." He stood, breath unsteady but heart determined. "Tien, even if you forget everything, I'll remember enough for both of us. Memory may fade, but love does not. While one heart struggles to remember who it is, another heart is preparing to cross any distance just to say, 'I never left your side.' When destiny misses its cue by a heartbeat, an entire life can shift course. But if love is deep enough, even missed chances will circle back at the perfect time." Morning light filtered into the hospital room. Tu Tien sat by the window, her fingers gently brushing the edge of a silver bracelet still stained with blood. She didn't know who she was, but her heart carried a strange sorrow. The doctor entered with a warm smile. "You're stable now. The baby is safe. You can be discharged today." Mrs. An came over, placing a hand on her shoulder. "Come home with us. You need rest." At that very moment, in the main lobby of the hospital, Jack rushed in, dripping with sweat from the long journey. "Please? I'm looking for a woman. Young white dress brought in by 2 elderly people yesterday." The receptionist checked. She was discharged 15 minutes ago, left with an older couple. Here's their address. Jack gripped the paper tightly. No, I was so close. At the hospital's back gate, Mrs. An helped Tu Tien into the car. Are you cold, dear? No, just, I feel like I've left something important behind. Maybe it's your memory, but it will come back. As their car turned the corner, Jack reached the front entrance, heart pounding. He turned to the guard. Did you see a young woman, white dress, just leaving? The guard pointed the opposite way. They left through the back exit. Jack ran, just in time to catch a glimpse of the car's taillights disappearing into the crowd. Just one moment, that's all it took. And fate folded the gap between them into a silence that screamed. In the car, Mrs. An opened a small envelope. Do you like this color? Inside were a few soft, comfortable dresses. Tu Tien smiled for the first time. Thank you, this feels strangely warm. Consider our home yours until your memories return. They stopped by a small clothing shop. Tu Tien tried on a beige dress. Mrs. An gasped. You look lovely, as if that dress was sewn just for you. Tu Tien looked at herself in the mirror. Her eyes glistened. I wonder if someone I used to know would still recognize me. Jack sped through the streets as if chasing his own breath. Street signs, lights, people, all blurred. Only one thing was clear, the address on the paper. He arrived just as the gate was swinging open. Mr. Hung was helping Tu Tien step out of the car. Jack leapt forward. Tien! She turned. He wrapped his arms around her. Don't you remember me? It's me, Jack, your fiancé. She stood frozen. I'm sorry. I don't remember anything. There are reunions that silence the universe, and there are those that leave the heart recognizing what the mind forgets. But Jack had found her, and for now that was enough to begin again. Sometimes memory fails, but the soul still recognizes who stands before it. Because real love begins again, even when the story has been erased. Jack held Tu Tien tightly at the gate. He didn't dare let go. It's me, Jack, the one who chose our wedding rings with you. The one who promised to hold your hand no matter what. Tu Tien furrowed her brows. His warmth felt familiar, but her mind was a blank slate. I'm sorry, I don't know who you are. Jack straightened, tears shining in his eyes. That's okay, you don't remember, but I remember enough for both of us. Mr. Hung stepped forward, speaking gently. You must be Jack, her fiancé. Jack nodded. Thank you for taking care of her. I've been searching for her since yesterday. Tu Tien sat on the porch with a cup of ginger tea in hand. Her eyes drifted toward the garden. Jack stood not far away, silent, watching. She finally spoke. Why are you still here? If I don't remember you, doesn't that mean what we had is gone? Jack walked toward her. I'm here because love doesn't need memory to matter. I love you, even if you forget who I am. I don't want to hurt anyone. Jack gave a soft smile, eyes full of quiet strength. I was once afraid of losing you. Now, even if you've forgotten me, I'll still choose to start over, from the first look, the first hello. That night, while everyone slept, Mrs. An handed Tu Tien a small notebook. I bought this for you. Maybe you can write down one new thing you learn each day. Tu Tien opened the blank pages, then wrote her first line. The first day I met a stranger who said I used to be his whole world. She placed her hand over her belly, gently. I'm sorry, little one. I don't remember who your father is, but I'll learn everything again for you. The next morning, Jack prepared to leave. He turned, stepping toward the gate. Then, Tu Tien's voice stopped him. Jack, he turned around. Did you just call my name? I don't know why I knew it. But my heart, it whispered it. Jack stepped back toward her, took her hand. That's enough. We'll start again, one step at a time. There are loves that don't need memories, don't need names. as long as hearts still recognize one another through the noise of a broken world. From that moment, Jack knew he hadn't just found the woman he loved, he'd found hope again.